On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Climate.
The weather in a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
Financial crisis. Crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Corporate.
Of or relating to a large company.
Examples:
Corporate right. Corporate environment. The corporate office has decided to lay off 10% of the workforce.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Elite.
Belonging to the wealthiest, most potent, best educated, or best trained group in a society.
Examples:
Earn elite status. Elite athlete. Very few educational elites go to Oxford or Cambridge.
Wildfire.
A large, uncontrolled fire that spreads quickly through a natural area, such as a forest, grassland, or mountain slope.
Examples:
Wildfire spread. Arson caused wildfire. The wildfire destroyed hundreds of homes and forced thousands of people to evacuate.
Pollution.
The introduction of harmful substances or waste into the natural environment that causes adverse change.
Examples:
Environmental pollution. High levels of air pollution. The pollution is endangering the local plants and animals.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Desperate.
Feeling or showing a lack of hope and a willingness to do anything because of the problematic situation.
Examples:
Her desperate screams. Desperate attempt. He was desperate when he lost all his money by gambling.
Creative.
Relating to or involving the use of skill and original and unusual ideas to create something.
Examples:
Creative writing. Barren of creative spirit. All the supervisor has to do is assign tasks that make his subordinates more creative.
Livelihood.
A means of earning money people need to pay for food, a place to live, clothing, etc.
Examples:
A means of livelihood. Livelihood assistance. I could no longer earn my own livelihood.
Emigrate.
To leave one's country or region to settle in another.
Examples:
Emigrate to a new country. Emigrate for better opportunities. Many people emigrated from Ireland to America during the Great Famine.
Landfill.
A site for the disposal of waste materials.
Examples:
Disposal in a landfill. Landfill sites. This country faces problems in finding enough suitable landfill sites.
Incinerate.
To burn something, especially waste material, completely.
Examples:
Incinerate waste. The power to incinerate nations. For safety reasons, we must completely incinerate contaminated protective clothing.
Refinery.
A facility that is used to process, purify, and refine raw materials such as oil or metal into a more useful or valuable form.
Examples:
Hydrogen refinery. Refinery operations. The oil refinery was shut down due to safety concerns after a major accident.
Treatment.
The way in which someone deals with or behaves towards someone or something, medical care provided to a patient for an injury or illness.
Examples:
First aid treatment. Treatment by diet. The primary purpose of the treatment is pain relief.
Sacrifice.
The act of killing an animal or person or surrendering a possession as an offering to a deity. Verb. To give up something important or valuable to help another person or get or do something that seems more important.
Examples:
Small sacrifice for a great cause. Sacrifice anything to get ahead. You cannot accomplish great things without a sacrifice of your time or money.
Zone.
A specific area, region, or section that is marked off or defined in some way.
Examples:
Time zone. Zone defense. He was reluctant to leave his comfort zone and try something new.
Fuel.
A substance that is typically burned to generate heat or energy.
Examples:
Biomass fuel. Smokeless fuel. The manufacturing sector was most severely impacted by the fuel scarcity.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Shadow.
A dark area or shape cast by an object blocking the passage of light, an area in darkness or shade, a reflected image or copy of something, a person, activity, or influence that follows or accompanies someone or something closely and persistently, often in a secretive or ominous manner.
Examples:
Shadow cast. Shadow puppetry. The tree cast a shadow over the picnic area, providing relief from the sun.
Marathon.
A long-distance race of 42.195 kilometers.
Examples:
Run a marathon. Watch a marathon. She successfully completed her first marathon with a personal best time.
Vacant.
Not occupied or in use, empty, showing no indication of thought or life, lacking expression or animation.
Examples:
Vacant land. Vacant position. The real estate agent showed me a vacant apartment perfect for my needs.
Contaminate.
To make something impure, unclean, or poisonous by contact or mixture.
Examples:
Contaminate with a disease. Contaminate his ego. We strive not to contaminate the environment when demolishing petroleum plants.
Unknowingly.
Without intention or being aware of what is happening.
Examples:
Unknowingly commit a crime. Unknowingly avoid him. She became ill after unknowingly taking rotten food.
Sulfur.
Also sulfur, a chemical element with the symbol S and atomic number 16, found in many minerals and sulfur compounds, often used in the production of fertilizers, rubber, paper, and other industrial applications.
Examples:
Sulfur dioxide. sulfur mine. The sulfur emissions from the nearby factory caused the rotten egg smell.
Oxide.
A chemical compound that contains at least one oxygen atom and one other element.
Examples:
Silver oxide, combined oxide. The blood's red coloring comes from iron oxide.
Indigenous.
Someone or something that is native to or occurring naturally in a particular place.
Examples:
Indigenous crop, indigenous peoples. The indigenous plants need to be pollinated by local insects.
Pray.
To make a request or petition to a higher power, especially in the form of a respectful or humble request.
Examples:
Pray devoutly. Pray for rain. She closed her eyes and prayed for strength to overcome difficult times.
Assault.
A violent physical attack, the crime of forcing someone to submit to sexual intercourse against their will.
Examples:
Assault aircraft. Victim of sexual assault. We got caught up in an assault case.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Envision.
To imagine or expect what a situation will be like in the future.
Examples:
Envision the future. Envision the project's success. We cannot envision her as president.
Transition.
The process or period of changing from one state or circumstance to another.
Examples:
Transition phase. Ensure a smooth transition. The nation's healthcare system is in transition at the moment.
Subtractive.
Characterized by taking away or removing something, involving the process of subtracting or reducing something from a larger whole or total.
Examples:
Subtractive process. Subtractive manufacturing. The subtractive method of sculpture involves removing material to create a shape.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Racial.
Of or related to the race, equals classification of humans into groups based on physical traits or social relations.
Examples:
Racial prejudice. Racial and ethnic backgrounds. A minor racial conflict later led to a civil war.
Injustice.
A violation of the rights of others or the laws of a society.
Examples:
Gross injustice. Injustice system. The injustice of the court's decision angered many people and led to protests.
Struggle.
To make a great effort to do something when it is difficult, or there are a lot of problems, to use force or violence to break away from restraint or constriction.
Examples:
Struggle against discrimination. Struggle to get the job. He could not struggle against temptation.
Under-resourced.
Lacking sufficient resources, especially financial or material support, to carry out a particular task, project, or mission.
Examples:
Under-resourced community. Under-resourced nonprofits. The under-resourced school needed help to provide basic supplies for its students.
Plague.
Any epidemic disease with a high death rate, also called pest, a serious, sometimes fatal, infection spread by rats that causes fever and swellings on the body.
Examples:
Catch the plague. Deadly plague. Our farm experienced a plague of locusts this year.
Racism.
Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against a person or people based on their membership in a particular ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized.
Examples:
Systemic racism. Research on anti-racism. The school's lack of diversity was a clear indication of the racism present in the community.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Disproportionately.
In a way that is not reasonably or appropriately balanced, equal, or distributed, in a manner that is unequal or excessive about something else.
Examples:
Disproportionately affected. Disproportionately high. The rich can often disproportionately benefit from tax breaks and other advantages.
Exposed.
Having no protection or shield from something, such as bad weather, attack, or criticism.
Examples:
Exposed to radiation. An exposed rock. Tech companies often employ exposed ducts and other materials in their office interiors.
Contamination.
The presence of something harmful or unwanted in a substance, material, or environment. The act of introducing harmful substances or materials into an environment or area.
Examples:
Contamination levels. soil contamination. The contamination of the water supply led to widespread illness in the community.
Industrious.
Hardworking, diligent, and persistent in effort.
Examples:
Industrious worker. Industrious student. He was known to be very industrious and would often work late into the night.
Essential.
Indispensable, fundamental.
Examples:
Essential amino acid. Essential commodities of life. Trial and error is an essential part of education.
Expendable.
Able to be consumed, used up, or sacrificed without consequence, dispensable or disposable, unnecessary or redundant.
Examples:
Expendable income. Expendable assets. In war, those in power often view soldiers as expendable resources.
Corporation.
A large company or group of companies that are controlled together by law as a single unit.
Examples:
A public corporation. Corporation assets. 4 companies were amalgamated into a single corporation.
Unjust.
Not fair or equitable, lacking in justice or impartiality, morally unacceptable or wrong.
Examples:
Unjust verdict. Unjust accusation. The ruling was considered unjust by many people in the community.
Frontline.
In the most critical or dangerous position, in the military line or part of an army closest to the enemy.
Examples:
Frontline health workers. At the front line of the war. Within days, the new aircraft was in frontline service.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples:
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Erosion.
The wearing away of rock, soil, or land by natural processes such as wind or water.
Examples:
Erosion control. Wind erosion. The erosion of the coastline has accelerated due to rising sea levels.
Underwater.
Below or under the surface of the water.
Examples:
Hold my breath underwater. Seals sleep underwater. He is good at swimming underwater.
Asthma.
A chronic respiratory disease characterized by wheezing, coughing, and difficulty breathing.
Examples:
Asthma attack. Asthma symptoms. He always had to carry an inhaler due to his severe asthma.
Polluted.
Contaminated with harmful or poisonous substances.
Examples:
Polluted air. Cadmium polluted area. The river was polluted with chemicals, causing harm to the wildlife.
Poison.
A substance that can cause illness, injury, or death when ingested, inhaled, or absorbed through the skin, something harmful, malicious, or toxic, the act of damaging or ruining a relationship. Verb: to introduce a substance into something or someone harmful and potentially deadly.
Examples:
Poison ivy. Poison bilateral relations. The plant's leaves contain a deadly poison that can cause hallucinations and seizures.
Midst.
The middle part of people or things.
Examples:
In the midst of the crowd. In the midst of a scandal. He remained serene in the midst of turbulence.
Pandemic.
An outbreak of a disease that affects many people over a very wide area.
Examples:
Flu pandemic. Global pandemic. They fear a pandemic of a new type of virus.
Uprising.
A public rebellion, especially against an established government or authority.
Examples:
Stage an uprising. Violent uprising. The anti-government uprising was successful in overthrowing the regime.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Drought.
A long period of time during which there is very little or no rain, leading to a shortage of water and often causing damage to crops and other vegetation.
Examples:
Periods of drought. Drought conditions. The region has been experiencing a severe drought, leading to water shortages and crop failures.
Rural.
Of or relating to the countryside.
Examples:
Rural accents. People in rural areas. Many rural areas are still impoverished.
Scalable.
Capable of being easily expanded or increased in size, number, or scale to meet changing demands.
Examples:
Scalable solution. Dynamically scalable. The company's new software is highly scalable, allowing it to handle increasing number of users.
Affordable.
Not expensive and able to pay.
Examples:
Affordable housing. Affordable solution. The automaker has been providing affordable car financing options since last year.
Renew.
To begin or resume something again after an interruption.
Examples:
Renew a contract. Renew its corporate image. I have to renew my passport by the middle of September.
Ravage.
To cause damage to something badly.
Examples:
Ravage a country. Ravage the brain. A large fire ravaged the forest.
Pesticide.
A substance used for preventing, destroying, repelling, or mitigating any pest.
Examples:
Pesticide application. Pesticide residue. The farmer sprayed pesticide on his crops to protect them from insects.
Cooperative.
Involving doing something jointly or working with others to achieve a common goal.
Examples:
Cooperative savings. Fishing cooperative. We appreciate your cooperative efforts.
Unheard.
Not heard, listened to, or noticed, not having been brought to public attention.
Examples:
An unheard story. Previously unheard of economic development. The unheard melody was beautiful and touched everyone's hearts.
Exploit.
To make full use of and gain an advantage from resources, opportunities, etc.
Examples:
Exploit a security hole. Exploit a valuable opportunity. We exploit our mining resources to strengthen our national power.
Expansion.
The process of becoming larger or more extensive, or the result of this process.
Examples:
Industrial expansion. Expansion project. The company is undergoing an expansion, opening new locations in several states.
Efficient.
Performing at the highest level of productivity with the least wasted effort or resources, capable of achieving maximum output with minimum wasted effort, time, or materials.
Examples:
Efficient operation. Energy efficient appliances. The new washing machine is much more efficient than the old one.
Invest.
To put money, effort, time, etc. into something to make a profit or achieve a result.
Examples:
Invest in stocks. Invest capital. The government should view children as national assets and actively invest in them.
Asset.
Something or someone that is useful or valuable quality, skill, etc., valuable property.
Examples:
Frozen assets. Liquid assets of the company. A sense of humor is an invaluable asset in this job.
Resolve.
To find a suitable answer to the problems or difficulty.
Examples:
Resolve a dispute. Resolve the computer error. This company resolves its battery problem completely.
Greenhouse.
A building with walls and roof made chiefly of transparent material, such as glass, for growing plants in.
Examples:
Exotic plants in a greenhouse. Emissions of greenhouse gases. The greenhouse effect is a phenomenon that happens naturally.
Emission.
The act of production or sending out gas, heat, light, etc.
Examples:
Global emissions of greenhouse gases. The emission of light. There are 5 distinct emissions at 5 unique wavelengths.
Discriminate.
To treat a person or particular group of people worse or better than another, especially in an unfair way, to recognize or perceive the difference between people or things.
Examples:
Discriminate against women employees. Discriminate between different things. You should not discriminate against minorities.
Livable.
Capable of being lived in comfortably and sustainably, suitable for human habitation.
Examples:
Livable city. Livable housing. Finding a safe and livable neighborhood is important when looking for a new place to live.
Wage.
A particular amount of money that somebody earns, usually every week or every month, for work or services.
Examples:
Unpaid wages. Increase in the minimum wage. His wages continued to rise as his skills improved.
Healing.
The process of becoming or making somebody or something well again.
Examples:
Natural healing ability. Part of the healing process. Each ancient tribe has its healing traditions.
Transform.
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
Transform an education system. Transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Overlook.
To fail to notice something, to watch over someone, to provide a view from above.
Examples:
Overlook a street. Overlook that fact. We cannot overlook an opportunity for great success.
Increasingly.
More and more.
Examples:
Increasingly become common. Face increasingly complicated challenges. Our company found it increasingly difficult to keep up with the competition.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
opportune occasion, an opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Greedy.
Having or showing an intense or insatiable desire for wealth, status, power, or food.
Examples:
greedy person, greedy for money. His greedy behavior led him to steal from the company.
Expediency.
The quality of being timely, convenient, or advantageous, a practical and efficient means of achieving a desired end, often at the expense of ethical or moral considerations.
Examples:
legal expediency, matters of mere expediency. In the interest of political expediency, the government made a controversial decision.
Squeeze.
To apply pressure from two or more sides, to hold someone or something tightly in your arms, usually with fondness.
Examples:
squeeze a lemon, squeeze a confession. She squeezed the toothpaste tube from the middle to get the last bit out.
Profit.
Money that is earned in business or by selling things after deducting the costs involved.
Examples:
gross profit, make a profit. This business yields little profit.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
planet like the Earth, save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Incorporate.
To include something as a part of a larger entity.
Examples:
incorporate the current trends. Incorporate technology into daily life. We will attempt to incorporate some of your suggestions into our future strategy.
Band-aid.
A small strip or patch of adhesive material, with a sterile gauze pad in the center, used to cover a minor wound or injury and help promote healing.
Examples:
Band-aid solution, temporary band-aid fix. I cut my finger, so I put a band-aid on the wound.
Rely.
To require a certain thing or the assistance and support of someone or something in order to continue, run properly, or succeed.
Examples:
rely on convenience stores. Rely entirely on him. Babies heavily rely on others for food.
Heal.
To make a wound or injury to become well again.
Examples:
heal a broken bone. Heal the hurt mind. It will take time for her mental scars to heal.
Pollute.
To make an area or substance, such as land, air, water, etc., dirty or harmful to living things, by adding waste matter or harmful chemicals.
Examples:
Pollute the air. Pollute the thread. We should do our best not to pollute the environment.
Enact.
To make a law, to put something into practice.
Examples:
Enact new legislation. Enact the smoking ban. The government enacted this law in 1925.
Disproportionate.
Too large or too small when compared with something else, or not deserving its importance or influence.
Examples:
Cause disproportionate damage. Disproportionate amount. This big gate is disproportionate to the small hut.
Coal.
A combustible black or brownish-black sedimentary rock that is found below the ground and burnt to produce heat.
Examples:
A coal-fired ship. Construction of new coal plants. We combust coal and other fossil fuels to generate electricity.
Pollutant.
A substance or agent that pollutes or contaminates the environment, typically through release into the air, water, or soil.
Examples:
Noxious pollutant. Water pollutant. The factory's use of chemicals has made it a significant pollutant in the area.
Stratosphere.
The second layer of the Earth's atmosphere, extending from about 7 to 50 kilometers above the Earth's surface, containing the ozone layer.
Examples:
Stratosphere layer. Stratosphere ozone. The ozone layer, which protects us from harmful UV radiation, is in the stratosphere.
Aerosol.
A substance enclosed under pressure and released as a fine spray, typically one used for medical purposes or cosmetic application.
Examples:
Aerosol container. Aerosol can. She waited a few seconds after spraying the aerosol insecticide before entering the room.
Injection.
The act of introducing a liquid, especially a drug, into the body using a needle and a syringe.
Examples:
Fuel injection. Injection needle. He received an injection of antibiotics to treat his infection.
Radiation.
The energy that comes from a nuclear reaction in the form of rays, waves, or particles, and that can be hazardous to health.
Examples:
Exposure to radiation. Electromagnetic radiation. He tried every possible treatment, including chemotherapy and radiation therapy.
Innovative.
Introducing or using new methods, ideas, etc.
Examples:
Use of innovative technology. Stylistically innovative works. The Prime Minister stressed the need to create innovative industries.
Intervention.
The action or process of being done to improve or help a circumstance, often they have not been asked to do so.
Examples:
Intervention by foreign powers. Surgical intervention. This intervention does not require the patient's consent.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Fossil.
Any preserved remains, impression, or trace of any once living thing that has become hard and turned into rock.
Examples:
Burning of fossil fuels. A fossil leaf. It was the fossil of a dinosaur tooth.
Moral.
Concerned with the principles of what is right and wrong, fairness, honesty, etc.
Examples:
Moral hazard. Moral burden. Ethics deals with moral conduct.
Perspective.
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
A perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Practical.
Of or connected with actual use or real situation rather than with theory and ideas.
Examples:
Practical English. Gain practical experience. Her concept is highly practical and helpful.
Exploitation.
The process of making some area of land or water more profitable or productive or useful.
Examples:
Sexual exploitation. The exploitation of fossil resources. Strategic exploitation of cutting-edge technology would be a sure formula for success.
Frank.
Honest and sincere, open and candid in expression.
Examples:
Frank and open discussion. Make a frank apology. Full involvement means frank and prompt responses.
Justice.
The quality of being fair and reasonable and treating people equally according to their due.
Examples:
Criminal justice. Justice of heaven. The judge's ruling was based on the principles of justice and fairness.
Alliance.
A partnership or association formed for mutual benefit, particularly between nations or organizations.
Examples:
Form alliance. Major airline alliances. To sell the product, the companies have formed an alliance.
Dump.
To deposit or dispose of something, such as trash, waste, etc., carelessly or hurriedly.
Examples:
dump the gravel on the road. Dump hazardous waste. The company dumped him after several years of service.
Stake.
A share or financial investment in something such as a business, a wooden or metal post set up to mark something.
Examples:
execution by burning at a stake. By the company's stake. The stake of the company is too high nowadays.
Implement.
To put a decision, plan, or system into effect.
Examples:
implement a corporate strategy. Implement security measures. The government promised to implement a new system to control the financial crisis.
Globe.
The earth or world, mainly used to emphasize its vastness.
Examples:
terrestrial globe. Around the globe. His final goal is to sail around the globe.
Regenerative.
Tending to regrow or restore lost or injured tissue.
Examples:
regenerative medicine. Regenerative therapy. The regenerative properties of stem cells make them a promising area of research.
Brigade.
A military unit typically consisting of several battalions, usually commanded by a brigadier general, a group of people organized for a particular purpose or activity.
Examples:
brigade commander. Rescue brigade. The culinary brigade prepared a delicious meal for the guests at the banquet.
Depressed.
Sad and without any hope.
Examples:
depressed feeling. The market is depressed. After his mother died, he got depressed.
Sustainable.
Able to continue or be continued for a long time.
Examples:
sustainable alternative fuel. Principles of sustainable development. The government should do more to support environmentally sustainable agriculture.
Pine.
A coniferous tree of the Pinaceae family, having needles and cones and characterized by its tall and slender shape. Verb, to have a desire for something or someone who is not present.
Examples:
pine needle. Pine away for him. The pine trees in the forest gave off a fresh and invigorating scent.
Ridge.
A long, narrow, raised landform or rock formation.
Examples:
top of the ridge. The ridge of the nose. The mountain range was full of rocky ridges and deep valleys.
Enterprise.
A business or company, a purposeful or industrious undertaking, especially one that requires effort.
Examples:
undertake an enterprise. His business enterprise. A growing enterprise requires a bold leader.
Territory.
An area under the control of a ruler or state.
Examples:
Acquire territory. Territory in charge. They incorporated the conquered territory into their nation.
Tribal.
Relating to a social group or tribe, especially a preliterate society.
Examples:
Tribal culture. Tribal community. The tribal leaders gathered for a summit to discuss important issues.
Satisfy.
To make somebody pleased by giving them what they want or need.
Examples:
Satisfy a desire. Satisfy a user's needs. Did this response satisfy your request?
Mutual.
Common to or shared by two or more parties.
Examples:
Share of a mutual fund. Mutual efforts. They cooperated for their mutual benefit.
Adjust.
To make a minor modification to something to make it more suited for a new set of conditions, or to make it function better.
Examples:
Adjust a schedule. Adjust the rearview mirror. You have to adjust your contents to the age of the audience.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Efficiency.
The state or quality of doing something well with no waste of input such as time or money.
Examples:
Better fuel efficiency. An energy efficiency. Our company must continue to strive for greater efficiency.
Compassion.
A strong feeling of sympathy and sadness for another's suffering or bad luck.
Examples:
Feel compassion for the poor. Have compassion toward the accident. His infinite love and compassion for everyone never weary.
Disaster.
An unexpected event or series of events that cause widespread damage, destruction, or loss of life.
Examples:
Global disaster. Disaster recovery. The disaster response team worked around the clock to aid those affected by the earthquake.
Resident.
A person who lives in a particular place or has their home in a place.
Examples:
A resident of the city. Resident tax. Visa renewal for resident foreigners in this country is once every 5 years.
Liberty.
The state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views.
Examples:
Personal liberty. Liberty as a right. The founding fathers fought for the liberty of the American people.
Gentrify.
To renovate, revitalize, or develop a deteriorated, predominantly urban area, often leading to the displacement of low-income or minority residents and the influx of more affluent residents and businesses.
Examples:
Gentrify a community. Gentrify a street. The new coffee shops and high-end boutiques are starting to gentrify the neighborhood.
Flood.
A large amount of water flowing beyond its normal limits, an overwhelming number or amount.
Examples:
Flood advisory. A flood of questions. These heavy rains caused flash floods on several islands.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples:
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
Not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Grasp.
To take hold of something or someone quickly and firmly.
Examples:
Grasp his hand. Grasp a chance. They spent a lot of time trying to grasp the current situation.
Disrupt.
To prevent or stop something, especially an event, activity, or process, from continuing in the usual way by causing a problem or disturbance.
Examples:
Disrupt a well-ordered condition. Disrupt sleep. I'm so sorry to disrupt you when you're pretty busy.
Quo.
The existing state or condition of something, especially in relation to a particular situation or issue.
Examples:
Status quo politician. Quo warranto. The company has been successful in maintaining the status quo.